All right. What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all know it's your girl Ash. I am back with another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Like I really do. Like I really hope everyone had a great weekend. We won't talk about football. But again, I hope everyone that watched football, I hope your team made it to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, y'all know my Saints wasn't going. We just got to get rid of that quarterback and get a new head coach. Maybe we could do some things. But anyway, but y'all, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday again, y'all. Like I say, welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all know it's your girl Ash bringing y'all some old juicy topics, some great conversations. But I just want to start off by saying thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank y'all for sharing my little small business that will grow and flourish into a big business. But I appreciate all the love, the support. Like, I don't think y'all understand how humbled I am by the love that I receive each and every day, each and every week that I come with a new episode. And I've been getting some really good feedback. People are like, you're bringing some real cool topics. So I plan to keep that momentum because, like I say, my journey to making Black Girl Interrupted a household name is not going to stop. Like, I really, really, truly want this. My affirmation, I get up every day and I say it every day, that I will walk away from corporate America. Black Girl Interrupted will become my career. This was something I will be doing full time. So, but let my employer fund my little business so I can get to wherever it is that I'm trying to go. But anyway, but happy Tuesday. I hope again everyone is having a great week so far. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope you guys have been staying safe, not just physically but mentally. So y'all already know what I do. I always drop something inspirational, something motivational because I do want to keep everyone encouraged. Um, Again, I don't know what storm everyone is standing in the midst of, but I will always continue to love, encourage, empower, and support in any way that I can. But again, I still have my boundaries up, so I can't let you drain me too much, but I will give you as much as I can. But uh, y'all know I do my mental health check-ins before I start any conversation. I want to know how you're feeling. Drop in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. I know it's just Tuesday. I know it's still early on in the week, but have you been between last week and today? Has anything changed? How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling spiritually? Physically, emotionally. I could say for me, uh, my lupus is finally under control. I thank God for that. Um, my hair is not coming out as much as it was in the beginning. I'm now at a healthy weight. I know I've had people message me trying to figure out what's going on. Um, but I do have lupus. I'm also a type 2 diabetic. So the medications that I take, along with the Manjaro that I take for my diabetes, has helped me to get my weight under control. As well as to keep my A1C down. So that's a beautiful thing. But before we get started, y'all already know I always want to play something inspirational, something motivational, to keep you going. So here we go before we jump into tonight's conversation because I can't wait for this.
We all have 24 hours. All right. What makes some of us average, makes some of us good, some of us great, is not the family you was born into. Right? It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It has everything to do with how you command your life. So if you have a bad day, which is no such thing of, it doesn't exist. You had a bad moment and you were so immature that you let that moment dictate the rest of your day. Right? And y'all not kids no more. I don't do elementary school. Right? I don't do elementary school because they really, a fifth grader, if I'm talking to a third grader, fourth grader, fifth grader, kindergartner, I don't care what I tell them, they're not at a place of maturity where they can switch their mindset. They're kids, you grown. And some of you are grown, but you're still a child. And you brag about how you're an adult. You're only an adult because of your age. You're not an adult because you command your life. You're adult because of your age. And that's not what makes adulthood. You're not an adult because you are 18 years old, you 25, 26. If you still kept catching temper tantrums, you still getting attitudes, that means you're not an adult in that area. That means that particular area controls you, right? You almost got into a car accident over with. Car accident been over with 10 hours ago, you still pissed about it. Or you done got into it with your friend. That happened 2 days ago and y'all still not talking. That's immaturity, right? And let me tell you something. You don't know how many days you have. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 100. You don't know how many days you have left. You don't want to be wasting days. Like you're not God. Like you don't create. You can't wake yourself up. You don't know how many days you have left. You can't be playing with the days you have on foolishness. So you have to learn how to control yourself, right? And so y'all know my circumstances. I'm not here because I'm sweet. I'm here because one day I was like, yo, E, you need to get a control of this, bro. You need to get control of your life. You do not have control. You watching doggone TV playing video games when you should be out here grinding. So there are people all the day, people are ET. Bro, you do not want to be me. You're not ready for this grind, bro. Some of you can show up when you're at home, when you go on the road, you struggle, meaning that when things are going the way you want, you cool, but when it rains, you got to grow up. Your body does not control you. If I got to get up early in the morning to get the money, I'm a morning person. If I got to go play somebody in their hometown and they got home court advantage, I'm about to come bring the heat. Like, listen to me, like you got to stop playing. So most of you, what happens is when everything is favorable, you a beast. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. When everything is favorable, meaning like whatever conditions you like, when those conditions are right, you a beast. But when the conditions ain't right, you get smacked in the face. You gotta grow up. You gotta be a morning person, afternoon person, night person. You gotta be at home person, on the road person. You gotta be when you feel good person, when you sick person, when you tired person. I took it offensive. My man looked at me, you tired. I'm like, bro, have you lost your mind? I'm about to kill it. I had to do back-to-back speeches. 4 o'clock to 5, then they wanted me to wait till 8 to start again. I had to sit there for 3 hours and wait and like, let's go. Each one of us, the things that you don't have control over is the things that's keeping you from being sweet. And at what point are you gonna fight against that nature in you that you know? So if I was to ask most of you, you already know what your challenge is. You ain't dumb, you know what it is. You just don't fight it. And I'm challenging you to fight it. And the only reason you're having a bad day is because of what you're thinking about. Now, I read something that said that the human brain is phenomenal and it can think like of a million and something different things, right? It's explosive. But the one thing it cannot do is it cannot think of 2 ideas at the exact same time. It does not have the capacity to think of 2 things at once. Now, it has the capacity in an hour to think about a whole bunch of stuff, but at one particular moment, it cannot think about more than one thing. So if you're having a bad day or having a bad moment, it means you're probably focusing on what? Whatever that bad thing is, that's what you're focusing on. That's why your life messed up, because you focus on the stuff that's wrong. You're not putting the same energy on what's right. And it's just weird how we are as humans. We notice the bad and we talk about the bad, but we don't notice the good and talk about the good. We don't harp on the good. And that's what you do wrong. You focus so much on the negative that you forget all the positive. And then when you do think about the positive, you're not putting the energy in the positive like you put in the negative. So it's no secret you are where you are because you focusing on stuff you ain't got no business focusing on.
I don't know what it is about Eric Thomas, but I love his videos. Like his videos, they're like so motivational. Like whenever you having a bad day, man, y'all go find one of his videos because like that man is something. I don't know if it's the voice or what he's seeing makes you get up and say, you know what, I'm determined to make it through the day. So I always like I look at something by him every day to stay encouraged because it's so easy to get discouraged. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to throw in a towel. But I always try to listen to that little voice that's in my head that says, you know what, Ash, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. You've made it this far. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So one thing about me, I'm in my bag for 2024. Like when I say I'm more determined and more driven than I've ever been before in life, like this is really my goal. Like this is really like I'm really determined to push my brand. I'm determined to make Black Girl Interrupted a brand, like a household name. Like I want people to say, "Man, that episode you did really helped me out." Like that's my goal. And like I say, if I've helped one person, then I've done exactly what I'm supposed to do. So, but like I say, drop in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Like I say, I always do my mental health check-ins before the start of any show. Um, because I want y'all to know that I do care, and that whatever it is that you're going through, I've been there. And yeah, it's hard to get out of the slump. It's hard to get out of those dark spaces, but keep going, y'all. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. No matter how much life's, fight back and get up. Don't never let the devil win or never let him defeat you. Always know that regardless of whatever it is that you go through, God has you covered. And you'll always come out victorious if you stand firm in what it is that you want to do. And also if you speak out what it is that you want. Speak like it's already happened. Like I already know I'm gonna be on Black Girls Rock. Like I've already told Beverly Bond that I'm like, I'm gonna be on your show. Like I promise, like I'm gonna get an award. So I'm speaking that, magazines, I've done interviews, but I want to go higher than that, but I can't tell you everything that I'm gonna do. Y'all just have to sit back and watch. And clap for your girl on the sidelines because I'm going to always clap for y'all. And we're all winners and we're all going to make it to wherever it is that we're trying to go. My destination doesn't look like yours, but we know the end result. We do know we all are going to we're all trying to get to the finish line. So stay encouraged, stay empowered, and stay uplifted. Mm. All right, so let's jump into tonight's show, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all know it's your girl Ash. Again, bringing y'all some great juicy topics every week. But tonight's conversation is a little different. Um, every conversation is gonna be different because I'm always talking about something different. But tonight's conversation, man, let me tell you. So, y'all, when I first saw this video, I had to go back and I had to rewatch it because I was like, "Now I know that woman did not just tell that woman that. Like, I know, like, that can't excuse me, I was like, "No, that can't be. This can't be." Till I went back and I had to rewatch it. And I rewatched it and I rewatched it, and I wanna say I watched it maybe 10 times in a row. And I was just like, "It's so different. Parenting is different. School is different. The world is very different from what I'm used to." So tonight's conversation, we're talking about kids, school, discipline. Who's responsible? Man, let me tell you something. Let me play the video first, and then we're gonna get into the because when I tell y'all this video just had me up in arms because I said there's no way you no this can't be real. But y'all check this out, and we're gonna jump into tonight's conversation. This is why I want to have this conversation because of this video and then several other videos uh with regards to this. But here we go.
This is Miss Glass from your child's school.
Yeah, I know who this is. What's going on?
Hey, I was calling because I'm having a little bit of an issue out of your son today. He is not wanting to sit down in his seat, and he will not stop talking. So
Oh my God, I thought he was sick. So y'all don't handle that?
Well, usually we use our behavior management system, which requires for us to call the parent if the behavior is
It
getting.
don't seem like it's really managing that. If you, I mean, y'all can't. I'm trying to work.
And I understand that, and I also am trying to work, but I want us to work together to ensure the success of your
She
scholar.
trying to get smart. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not trying to get smart. I just want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
Well, I mean, what he doing?
He won't sit down and he won't stop talking. Therefore, he's not able
You
to
tell me you
complete.
can't make him sit down.
Well, I can't make a child do anything. I can request it, I can ask it, but I can't make him do it. And so I'm wanting to work together.
Like, I brought him, I sent him up there to that school because y'all need to know how to handle. I thought they had teachers that know how to handle kids. I mean, if y'all can't handle them, I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't really like the recording the whole conversation thing, then uploading it to social media. But with that out of the way, moms, you are trash. I gotta tell you that. All I kept thinking was, where is the daddy? Where's the daddy? Daddy wouldn't be putting up with this bitch. You don't know how to teach him. No, I can't put my hands on your child like you can. But you're gonna be big mad if he mess around and catch a suspension because of his bad behavior, and you gotta take our work to watch his lip bad behind. Like, come on, bro. Some people should just not have children.
I really don't even think y'all know how many times. I want to say I watched that video the very first time I saw it. I want to say I watched it about 10 times because I said, there's no way that that mother told that teacher, you can't make him sit down. I sent him to school. I thought he was with a teacher that knew how to control him. First off, let me say this. First off, I salute every educator that I know and the educators beyond. My heart really goes out to you because these are the type of parents that y'all deal with every day. And it's so sad that you send your child to school and your child is very disruptive. In other words, that child prohibits others from learning in class. So if the teacher's reaching out to you and she's letting you know, hey, I've tried A, B, C, let's work together. But it was the attitude that that mother gave. In other words, I'm at work. Okay, I know you're at work. I called you at work. But the $1,000,000 question is, who's responsible? The parent or the teacher? Because at the end of the day, we only have educators only have your children 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. The foundation starts at home. That's your responsibility as a parent to make sure that your child respects authority, knows how to act when they're away from you, and knows how to conduct themselves like a child is supposed to. And this is why I understand why a lot of teachers are leaving the education system because of parents and students just like that. And that's the sad part is that you parents don't find any fault in why your children are up there at school acting like that because it starts at home. Children mimic what they see. So I'm pretty sure from just that little tidbit, and I could be wrong, I could just imagine how the mother talks to the child. I could just imagine how that child acts at home. I bet that mama lets that child run ragged. Do you hear me? I'm pretty sure she lets that child do whatever he wants and she says nothing. And then you send him to school and you want the teachers to do what you're supposed to do at home as a parent. Teachers are supposed to teach your children. They're not supposed to be the disciplinary. That's your job. That's your responsibility as a parent. Is you are supposed to raise your child to be respectful. But I don't know what to say about these parents and these children in this day and age. They have no respect for authority. And then when you try to have conversations with the parents, that's the type of pushback you get. No, ma'am, that's not how you handle it. I remember when I was in school, and teachers and parents worked together. If my mama got a phone call that I was acting up at school, best believe my mama was up there at that school, ready to tag my ass. Do you hear me? Because my mama didn't send me to school to act like that. It starts at home. And then when the teacher said, "I'm trying to work with you," and she still was met with the pushback. You can't make him sit down. If that teacher were to have physically restrained your child, you would have been at the school ready to fight and ready to file some type of lawsuit for that teacher putting hands on your child. Teachers are limited to what they can and cannot do. They're limited to what they can and cannot see. So when a teacher reaches out to you and lets you know, hey, your child or your children are acting up, you need to get a handle on that, mom or dad. And I'm gonna give the guy at the end of the video a little pushback because you have children where both parents are in the house and the child still acts like that. So we can't say, oh, he's acting like that because the daddy is not in the house. We don't know that. We don't know that. Because I've seen some fathers let their children act that very same way and not say nothing and go to the school and be ready to fight the teacher because they've disciplined your child. Because now your child is suspended from school, or because now your child, has to sit in school suspension for the day, or because your child has to come to Saturday detention on Saturday or the following Saturday. You mad at the teacher, but that's your responsibility. That foundation starts at home, and the foundation has absolutely been lost because we no longer have the village. And that's the sad part. The village is gone. You know, these new age parents want to hang out and they want to party with their children, so your children don't respect you, so you think they're going to respect somebody else? Because trying to be a best friend to your child is not going to work when it's time to lay down some rules, because they're not going to respect you, because they're not going to look at you like, oh, that's my mom. They're looking at you, oh, that's my friend, because that's the way you treat them. You start putting your feet on their neck, you wouldn't have this problem. You start handling your business at home and stop sending your children out for somebody else to be responsible for them, we wouldn't have these issues. But I'm here to say, if you do not get your children under control, you're going to be visiting them in one or two places, in a cemetery or in a jail cell, because they don't respect authority. I see these children all the time. We see the videos where a teacher has told a student, put your phone away, take your book out, do this, do that. And the student is, who you talking to? You can't tell me what to do. I'm not putting my phone away. And then when you contact the parents are cussing the teachers out. So you cussing me out because I'm calling to inform you that your child is being disruptive in my class, which is prohibiting other students from learning? Nah, baby, we need to have a parent-teacher conference. And that's another thing. Parent-teacher conferences have really become non-existent. You don't care about your children's grades. You only care when it starts to affect you. And that's it. It's another video where she says, education, it's very disrespectful. This one here is only 41 seconds. So check this out, and we're going to continue on in the conversation.
You know what really used to burn my biscuits as a teacher was when I would call a parent to let them know that their child was acting a fool in my class and being super disrespectful, and the parent would ask me what I did to their child to make them act like that, because they don't act like that at home. Ma'am. Now, I hate to be the when I was in school, but when I was in school, if my mama got a call from my teacher, my mama did not ask my teacher, what you do to my child. My mama asked me, why are you at this school acting a fool? Because you done lost your mind, and I'm about to help you find it. This is a new generation of parents. Are y'all trying to be y'all's kids' friend? Well, you're not their friend. You're their parent.
I had to play that because that's exactly what I just said, because it was very different. You know, during the time that I was in school, I came out of high school class of 96, and parents were involved. You know, you had parent-teacher conferences, parents will come to the school, and I understand. I get it. In this day and age, parents really they can't afford to take off work. I get it. I totally understand. But you could set up and you could do it virtually. There's more than one way to skin a cat. If a teacher is calling you repeatedly to let you know that your child is acting up, showing their ass in class, you need to say, okay, let's talk about this. We gonna get this under control. But you new parents, y'all don't do that. The problem is y'all coddle your children too much. You don't want anybody else to say anything to your children. But then when it's time for you to chastise them, they don't even listen to you. And then, like she said, parents say, oh, well, he or she don't act like this at home. Apparently they do. Because they come into the school acting the very same way. And if I'm calling you to notify you that I'm having some issues with your child, and that's the response that's given to me is, what did I do to your child? That right there lets me know how that child acts at home. That lets me know right then and there that you don't have no control over that child, but you want me to control your child. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility as an educator is to educate your child. Is to teach your child. You're supposed to do the rest. You're supposed to be the foundation. You start this. Educators, they just add on to what you've already built. And we keep adding on. The further along in schooling they go, excuse me, the more that gets added on to the foundation. But if these children don't have a foundation, how can they grow? And a lot of you parents don't care. And that's the sad part about it, is that this generation is lost. Completely and utterly lost. It's disgusting. It's to the point where you had teachers. I remember when the pandemic, you had teachers that were quitting. See, when the pandemic hit, you parents got a taste of what these teachers have been trying to tell you for years. When them children had to go home and had to be schooled virtually, y'all got to see exactly what these teachers were saying. I saw some videos where parents get up, wake up, come on, pay attention. Now you see what these teachers go through, and you don't care. It's sad. A lot of great educators were lost during the pandemic. A lot of great teachers were lost after the pandemic. Now it's like these kids are just running rampant. You're getting educators in here that have zero common sense about how to teach a child. But then as a parent, you're putting all the responsibility on the teacher, and that's not fair. That's your responsibility. You're the one that's supposed to teach your child right from wrong, how to respect adults, how to respect authority, how they're supposed to conduct themselves in public. That's the parent's responsibility. That's not the teacher's responsibility. So you parents, stop sending your kids to school thinking a teacher is supposed to do your job. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And no, sir. That's not how this goes. But y'all coddle and y'all baby these kids. You excuse their disrespectful behavior. Y'all condone this behavior from these children. You got the kids at school fighting the teachers. Baby, let me tell you something. I wish I would have jumped in a teacher's face. I wish I would have. Let me tell you something. My mama would have been at that school in 0.2 seconds on my ass. Do you hear me? Because my mama will tell you, that's not how she act at home. And my mama has embarrassed me at the school. I'll never forget. I'll never forget when I went to that school, y'all. I got into my very first fight. And baby, my mama came to that school and embarrassed me in front of all my friends. And she did. And I turned out okay. It's the lack of respect. It's the lack of discipline. The foundation is shaky. And you expect the teachers to put all this together for you. No, ma'am. That's your child. That teacher only has that child 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Before your child starts school, you're supposed to have that foundation laid out. When that child starts school, that child's supposed to come with manners. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Supposed to raise your hand to ask a question. You're not supposed to speak out of turn. That's how it's supposed to be. But you got these kids cussing their parents out. Mamas don't know what to do. Daddies don't know what to do. And then they send the child to school. And you want the teacher to deal with that. You want the teacher to handle that. No. I see why now. Like I say, a lot of great teachers left. For the simple fact they're overworked, underpaid, and the disrespect is at an all-time high. And the saddest part about it is that the districts don't even back the teachers up. Parents come to the school, they cussing the teacher out. The child and cuss the teacher out. And they get no support from the districts. No support. And then you wonder why these teachers 20, 30, 40 years in the game quit. I don't blame them. To have to deal with a disrespectful child on a daily basis that prohibits others from learning, yeah, you're going to get burnt out. That's going to really truly burn you out. And who wants to deal with that every day? Who wants to go home with that every day? Sad. Sad. I see new people have tuned in. Again, y'all, welcome to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Tonight, we're talking about kids, school, and discipline. Who's responsible? Is it the teacher? Is it the parent? I played a video, y'all, and this video actually went viral. For those that are just tuning in, of a parent that called a teacher. I'm so sorry, a teacher that called a parent to inform the parent that the child was acting up in class. I'm just gonna run it back real quick and give me your thoughts. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but give me your thoughts, and we just gonna get right back into the conversation.
This is Miss Glass from your child's school.
Yeah, I know who this is. What's going on?
Hey, I was calling because I'm having a little bit of an issue out of your son today. He is not wanting to sit down in his seat, and he will not stop talking. So
Oh my God, I thought he was sick. So y'all don't handle that?
Well, usually we use our behavior management system, which requires for us to call the parent if the behavior is
It
getting.
don't seem like it's really managing it. If you, y'all can't. I'm trying to work.
And I understand that, and I also am trying to work, but I want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
She's trying to get smart. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not trying to get smart. I just want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
Well, what he doing?
He won't sit down and he won't stop talking. Therefore, he's not able
You
to
tell me you
complete.
can't make him sit down.
Well, I can't make a child do anything. I can request it, I can ask it, but I can't make him do it. And so I'm wanting to work together.
Like I sent him up there to that school because y'all need to.
I just had to go back and replay that because it was the response. It was I thought he was sick. Zero concern. And when the teacher told you, I'm trying to work with you, you say, you can't make him do that? No. A teacher can ask him so many times, "Please have a seat. Please sit down. I'm not gonna tell you again." Teachers have to abide by their guidelines and their rules. Again, moms and dads, this is y'all's responsibility. This is y'all are supposed to handle this. Y'all are supposed to say, "You know what? I don't send you to school up that act crazy." Y'all supposed to handle that, not the teacher. And it's disheartening because you could tell the teacher is really, really, really trying to do her job. It's like she really cares and wants to see your child succeed, but you don't care. And then you say, "Oh, she's trying to get smart." And the lady said, "No, I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to build a partnership so we could guarantee that your child is successful." Isn't that what you would want? Or would you care for, or would you like your child to have a teacher that don't care? And that's the problem. See, a lot of y'all parents, y'all want it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You either want a teacher that really is concerned about your child, or you want one that doesn't give a damn. Me, I'm gonna pick I want the one that cares, that really wants to see my child succeed. That's what I want to see. I want a teacher that believes in my student. I want a teacher that I can work with to ensure that my child is at their best, is given their potential. Hey, babe, I hope you're having a good night at work, sugar. My sugar butt. I love you. But I want a teacher like that. That's like, with my daughter, my baby girl, who already knows. And I've told my children, even though the two oldest have graduated from college now and the baby's in middle school, I tell them all the time, wherever you show up, that's where I'm gonna show up. If that includes me embarrassing you in front of your friends, but I don't send you to school to act crazy. I send you to school to learn. Stop worried about, yeah, I want you to be sociable, but I need you to get your education first. I need you to go to school, sit down, and whatever that teacher tells you to do, you say, "Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir." And I never, ever, ever, Lord, I thank God, I never had any disciplinary issues with my children because I wasn't finna play with them. Because I didn't have a problem with going to the school. If my child did something wrong, okay, me, you, and the teacher, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a conversation because see, we're gonna ensure that this doesn't happen again. But then too, I had an old school mom. My mama old school, my mama seasoned. My mama didn't believe in us going somewhere and we acting crazy. Cause I'm here to tell you, Joanne, wherever you show out, she gonna show up. See, she didn't have that with my sister. I was the problem child. Like I'm not I'm not ashamed to tell nobody, but I was the problem child. My sister was the good one. I was the bad one. I was the one that my mama was always at the school. And for me, I did it just because. That's what I wanted to do. And I know there's no excuse. But yeah, I was a recluse. I was rebellious. It just seemed like after I got into that first fight and I won that fight, I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." But I got out of control. And my mama had to start putting them hands. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, this not working no more." Like, yeah, we gonna have to handle this. We're gonna have to really get down and dirty with this. You wanna be out here acting crazy? Okay, I got you. And then when I got arrested, y'all, my mama left me in juvenile. She left me there all day. She said, "I should have left your ass in here the whole entire weekend." What? Girl, if you don't come get me out of here. Sure did. But that's how parents work. Parents say, "Okay, you wanna be grown? Okay, Imma treat you like you grown." But now, these children, these days, like I say, my heart really truly goes out to these educators because they deal with a lot of stuff day in and day out. You know, I look at this question right here. Why are parents raising their child or children not to respect authority? Why? Is this like something generational? Because I really can't put my finger on why this generation is the way it is. They don't fear anything. They're not afraid of anything. They don't want you to tell them nothing. They think they know it all. But here's a video, y'all, and this here is pretty long. This video here, I almost teared up for this young lady because you could tell this young lady really loves her job. She really loves doing what she does, and she's young girl, young girl who talks about her experience with these students, with these kids. Here we're going. We're going to get back into the conversation.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet. 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit, and mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old daughters singing Pound Town? And it's just really, 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 it's upsetting. And I feel so bad. And I've watched different techniques, soft skills, soft parenting, gentle parenting. I'm patient. I don't I don't yell. I'll say, hey, let's regroup. If you guys need 5 minutes, let's do some breathing. Your kids are telling me to shut up. You guys' kids are saying, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. You're not my mom. They're putting they're hitting each other and hitting other kids. You address the parent. The parents are telling you, you don't tell my daughter what to do. It's not that bad. Well, at least she was in the class. At least. It's all these excuses. Y'all come in and you're more worried about what's going on your Instagram and TikTok feed versus being a parent. Be a fucking parent. You guys are horrible fucking parents. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this generation of some of the mom, not all, but majority that I've dealt with kids that are between the ages of 5 and 4 and 3, you guys don't parent your children at all. They have no basic comprehension skills. They can't sit still. No attention span. They're hitting people. They can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know how to say, like, I want to go to the bathroom. If you ask them a question, they're rude, nasty, horrible attitudes at 5. And they want to hear Pound Town. What are you guys doing with your kids? What are you guys literally doing with your kids? Because I have never in my life experienced something so horrible. I literally don't even want to teach ballet to you guys' kids anymore because they are so hard to work and deal with. And I literally see why the teachers are quitting and your kids are getting expelled and kicked out, because it's no way, it is literally no way that this is happening and you guys don't see any issue with it. I tell you, your kid hit someone and you're saying, well, what the fuck did the little bitch do to my daughter to make her want to hit? Nothing. Literally nothing. Your daughter just decides she wants to put her hands on people and you don't correct her. You're yelling at me, asking me, why does she feel like she wants to hit? What parenting is happening? You guys are worried about seafood boils and dates and fucking like partying and being a hot mom. You guys are shitty moms and it needs a change. Stop listening to Sexy Red around your children. Talk to your kid, interact with them, teach them, listen to them. Teach them to respect authority. Don't say you don't have to listen to anyone unless they're me. Your kids are so horrible and hard to deal with, and I'm blaming the parents because they have horrible guidance. And it needs to be a change. And I'm asking, can somebody's mom stitch me and say like what the holdup is? What is the issue? Why are you listening to raunchy music around your kids? Why is it that you have to deal with certain people and be rude about it? Why can nobody correct your kid or help them get on a better track? And why do you guys approve and applaud bad behavior? Why? Because I'm telling you, all the teachers that are good and have genuine interest in building your kid, I want to help them. I want to help these little girls realize that they are precious, that they have purpose, that they're beautiful, that they're smart and intelligent, and that they can be somebody. I don't want to see little 5-year-olds trying to twerk to Pound Town. And you guys think that it's cute. And I'm coming on here because it needs to be a change. So please tell me, as an educator, a teacher, and I'm just a ballet teacher. I'm not a regular trained institutional teacher. I'm teaching 5-year-olds ballet, and these are all the problems starting now, and it's no change happening. So what needs to be done and happen to fix this issue? Please, somebody tell me, somebody make it make sense, because I'm telling you, I'm this close to quitting and saying I'd never want to work with people's kids again, because this has been the most horrible experience. I've never dealt with an experience like this. Listening to raunchy music around your kids needs to stop. Applauding bad behavior needs to stop. Not giving your kid your attention, but throwing an iPad at them or a tablet because you don't want a parent needs to stop. I'm coming on here and I'm begging you guys, I'm asking you to really please make a change. Make a change. Your kids' lives are depending on it for y'all to make a change. Please make a change.
Oh, when that video first came out, I wanted to hug that baby so bad because she's only 22 years old. That's first and foremost, and she's teaching ballet. And like she said, she's not teaching in a school. She teaches ballet. And at 4 and 5 years old, this is what she's experiencing. So imagine if that child is dancing, let me back up. If that child is talking like that at 4 and 5 years old, just imagine how that child is going to be when they get to middle school and on into high school. It starts at home, ladies and gentlemen. You as the parents, it starts with you. Stop sending these children to school and expecting the teachers to do your job. That's why I have this question. Why are parents raising their children not to respect authority? Because their moms didn't respect authority. So these children mimic what they see. You got your mamas running around here, listening to Sexy Red and all that other trash music they got going on in the world. And then you're clapping. Oh, look at my baby. Watch. Put that up. And baby, I can't even tell you how Pound Town go, because that goes to show I don't listen to that. I don't listen to what's her name? Glorilla. Like, I don't listen to none of that because that's foolishness. But you have not Glorilla, Sexy Red. I'm so sorry. I meant to say Sexy Red. But you have these parents that are recording this and they're laughing and think that type of behavior is cute. What happened to keeping the children as long as possible? You got your child 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old wearing a lace front. She got makeup on. You're letting her wear lipstick. Come on now. Stop rushing your children to grow up if they haven't even grasped the concept of being a child. You parents, y'all got to do better. Y'all have definitely got to do better. When it comes to the sake and well-being of your children, it starts with you. It starts at home. And I'm going to say that again. The foundation starts at home. That's up to you, moms and dads, to set a good example for your children. Mom and dad, that's your responsibility to teach them respect. That's your responsibility. Stop, like the baby said, stop condoning bad behavior. Because y'all applied it. Y'all co-signed for it. And I just don't see what's cute. I saw the little video at the little birthday. I guess it was a birthday party. I don't know. They look like they couldn't have been no more than 4 or 5 years old, singing Sexy Red. And then the mama that posted it, you got mad at the people in the comments that said, them kids need to be sitting down watching something and listening to something other than Sexy Red. And the mama got mad. But y'all know that's how the mama probably acts. I see the videos that come across social media. These kids singing Sexy Red. And they singing other songs with cuss words that they don't even have no business singing. But this is what y'all promote, though. This is what y'all post on social media. And then you get upset at the comments. And then I look at how the mothers dress their sons. You dressing your sons like the type of man you want to date. Can we start letting these kids be kids? Can we please normalize 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds acting like 5 and 6-year-olds, dressing like 5 and 6-year-olds? I look at the girls, excuse me, my baby is 14 years old, and I look at some of the girls that she goes to school with. They got their stomachs out. My baby don't like all of that. My baby don't like showing her skin, but she know I don't play that with her anyway. Because you're gonna conduct yourself like a young lady. You're gonna dress like a 14-year-old child. I wanna keep my baby a child as long as possible. I don't wanna rush my baby to be an adult and be grown before it's her time. No, I'm not gonna do that. But you parents do. And y'all clap and y'all laugh and you think it's cute. It's tacky. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. That shit is tacky. Excuse my language, but that's tacky. That's very tacky for you to condone your 5-year-old child to be twerking. And you laughing and you out there twerking next to him. Really? Really? But then you get upset when people say something to you. And then you get upset when people question your parenting. Well, apparently you're not doing a good job if your 5 or 6-year-old child is walking around here singing Pound Town. What does a 5 or 6-year-old know about Pound Town? Ain't that the song, y'all, where she say, "My booty hole brown and my coochie pink," or however it go? Ain't that the song? And you got kids running around here singing it. And that's cute. That is so tacky and so distasteful. I can't stand seeing that. The mom and me be wanting to snatch the child up and say, get over here. That's the mom in me. But I can't tell nobody what to do with their child. See, back in the day, we had a village. You was able to discipline someone else's child if you saw them acting up. In this day and age, these parents don't want you to say nothing to their children. Don't talk to my child like that. And then you got the parents telling the kids, don't let nobody else tell you what to do but me. I'm the parent. And then you wonder why they go to school and act like little animals. You wonder why. Because you parents are raising these children not to respect authority. Right here. Why? Are you pushing for your child to be in a cemetery or in a jail cell? Are you trying to live through your child? Because we do see that. We see stories like that where parents try to live vicariously through their children. Are you trying to start over? I just don't get it. Where does the change come in? Where was the support? Especially for the educators. Where is the support? I thought the parent and the teacher were supposed to be on the same page. I thought we were all supposed to be a team. I thought we were both in agreement that we want what's best for the child. Apparently, some of your parents aren't too concerned, and it shows because your children are a reflection of you. So apparently, if that's what you're doing at home, that's what your children are gonna go and do out in public. We see the videos where the kids are cussing and the mama and the daddy just laughing, ha, 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 until they get you out in public and embarrass you. Now you're ready to chop his head off. Now, keep that same energy. Mm-mm. It's a problem when they do it to you, but it's okay for them to do that to somebody else. It's okay for them to act erratic with somebody else, but they can't do that with you. Again, like I say, you're laughing and joking because they around here cussing and twerking. Oh, that's funny. Until they get out in public and do it. And now you embarrassed. And now you want to say something. No. You need to get a grip on that. You need to get a handle on that. But also, you parents, stop babying these children. Stop coddling your children. Stop telling your children not to listen to anybody but you. Because when you send them out into the free world, they're going to have to listen to somebody, or the world is going to humble them. You make your choice. You make that decision. What do you want? You want to visit your child in a cemetery? You want to visit your child in a jail cell? All because they couldn't respect authority? Because you told them not to. You've taught them that. You taught them that the only person they need to listen to is you and their dad. And then when they get you out publicly and embarrass you, now you looking crazy. Now you ready to whoop their behinds. Don't whoop them now. Don't spank them now. Don't discipline them now, because now they've embarrassed you. Because the teacher has called and told you that your child has been disruptive in class for the last 2 or 3 days, or the teacher has called you once a week and says, hey, your child is being disruptive. He or she is prohibiting others from learning in class. You need to nip it in the bud. Because if you don't, the world will. The world has a way of humbling you real quick. So you better get a grip on that before the world and the streets get a hold of your child or your children. The respect needs to be there. You parents, stop trying to be your children's best friends. You need to first accomplish how to be a parent. And yeah, I'm going to see it. You want to be friends. You need to first grasp how to be a parent. And yes, I said it twice. Your child out here showing their behinds, and you co-signing it. You're agreeing with the behavior. And then when they end up in a cemetery or in a cell, oh, my baby was a good kid. Oh, he or she never got in trouble. That's a lie. That's a lie. You failed. When you don't do what you're supposed to do for your children, you fail your children. And there's a lot of parents out here that are failing their children continuously. You're not trying to make anything right. You're not trying to better the situation. You instigate the situation because you celebrate. Oh, girl, look at my baby over here twerking. Girl, put that sexy red on. Girl, put that what you call it on. And watch my baby, girl. Girl, look. Go on, sing it, babe. Sing that song. And your baby out here singing Pound Town. Your baby out here singing what's another song? I can't even think. And it's cute. Y'all love that. Y'all record it, you put it on social media, but then you get mad at the comments. You get mad at the response because it didn't go like you thought it was gonna go. Because you thought everyone else was gonna condone the behavior that your child is displaying. You thought that's what was gonna happen. Didn't you? It didn't go that way for you now, did it? And now you shamed. Now you embarrassed. Because the whole world has seen how you consistently fail your child. And now you mad. But that starts with you. I feel like teachers deserve a better pay because they deal with a lot. Not only do they have to deal with your disrespectful child, but they got to deal with the disrespectful parent. And that's sickening to me. Hey, petty Vandross. There go my petty friend. That's my petty brother. But you leave these children, I'm so sorry, you leave the teachers to deal with these disrespectful kids. And that's right. You're applauding and condoning this ratchet ass behavior until they get you out in public and embarrass you. Then it's not so funny. That'd be the funny part to me. You see how karma works? You applaud them disrespecting everybody else until it's you. and now you mad. I'm not saying children can't change. I'm not saying parents can't undo what's been done. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those are the imperative years. 3, 4 years old, their brains are forming. These children are like sponges. They're soaking up everything that they see. So if you want different, then you do different. You show different. But you parents need to stop raising your children to not respect authority. Because I'm telling you, the world will humble them real quick and will humble you. Now, when you sitting up there crying in the cemetery, when you're sitting up there crying because your baby's sitting behind bars, then what? And I'm not saying this is for all parents. Let me just clarify that. I'm not saying that for all parents. But for the ones who children we see going to the school fighting the teachers. I saw the video, what was that, last week or week before last? Where the teacher, the student jumped on the teacher. I did a whole show about that. About the young lady getting into it with the substitute teacher. But that's the type of behavior you parents condone, though. Somebody hit you, you hit them back. But what if you do if your child hits somebody first? What do you do then? What do you do? That's the crazy thing for me is you parents, you better understand. Your parents are your child or children's first teacher. Y'all are. They come from you. You lay the foundation down for them. We just add on to what you've already laid out. That's what educators do. They're there to teach your children. You as parents, you need to teach your children right from wrong, to respect any adult, to say yes, ma'am, no, sir, yes, sir. You address them by Mr. So and so or Mrs. So and so. These kids out here addressing these teachers like they adults. What you say, Linda? That's not how you address an adult as a child. It's always been Mr. or Mrs. Even to this day, y'all, and I'm in my 40s. I still say Miss So and so or Mr. So and so. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I still say that. My children, they know how to address adults. Mr. So and so, Mrs. So and so. They don't never I've never heard my children call an adult by their first name. I wish they would. Baby, I wish they would. And I used to tell my children all the time, wherever you show out, I'm gonna show up. You get to school and you act like a clown, or I'm gonna come to your circus. Get up to that school and show out at them good people's school and watch what I do. Let that teacher call and tell me you not paying attention in class. Let that teacher call and tell me you acting up, that you disrupting others. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. And I'm gonna handle it. Because you're gonna go back to class with some sense. Don't let your friends get your behind tore up here because you trying to play follow the leader. Don't get your friends. Don't let your friends get your butt tore up. I'm gonna say that again. Do not let your friends get your behind tore up. Because you're not gonna go to that school in that crazy. You're not gonna go anywhere in public in that crazy. Even my two oldest, and they 23 and 21, still know how to conduct themselves in public. They don't act crazy, no, none of that. Very respectful children. All three of my babies, very respectful. But I'm gonna reiterate this. You parents, Are your child or your children's first teacher? You give them their first lesson. You're the one that that lays the foundation out for them to grow and to flourish. We continue to pour. Educators continue to feed and nourish your child as they go on. But you, mom and dad, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better as parents. Here's a teacher that has a message for parents. Here we go, and then we're going to roll into the final thoughts for the night.
Now we have a GMA parenting alert. A Texas teacher has had enough. She took to Facebook with a big message saying, quote, people absolutely have to stop coddling and enabling their children. ABC Deborah Roberts is here with what prompted the social media rant. Good morning to you, Deborah. And Deborah, this teacher's fed up.
She is, Michael. She is expressing exasperation that many teachers apparently are feeling across the country. There have been protests about low pay, and now this Texas teacher says disrespect is an issue too. Her rant on social media has gone viral with nearly 500,000 views. This morning, a frustrated teacher striking a nerve.
I've had responses from people literally all over the world.
People everywhere relating to sixth grade teacher Julie Marburger, who was so fed up with bad behavior from students and parents that she resorted to social media to vent, writing teachers get treated so disrespectfully from all sides, and that parents have become far too disrespectful and their children are even worse, and adding people absolutely have to stop coddling and enabling their children. It will not serve them towards a successful and happy life. She even went so far as to share pictures of her classroom that she says displays utter disregard for school and personal property from her students.
We've had pictures drawn into books that I personally bought for myself that students have drawn inappropriate pictures in or inappropriate words in. Sometimes I have students even coming and getting things off of my desk, just taking things that don't belong to them.
The 45-year-old saying she felt compelled to write that post after a particularly tough day in class.
I had a student who I had an issue with and decided to call his mom while at school, and she was disrespectful and rude to me on the phone in front of her son, and I actually had the class right there with me too, and they could hear what she was saying, and it was quite embarrassing.
Marburger saying while she never expected to get so much attention, the reaction from parents, teachers, and her administration has been positive.
I was worried after this kind of blew up all over Facebook that people would be offended by it, and what I found is that I'm getting more support now.
She suggested that she might walk out of the classroom, but Marburger says probably not just yet. She's weighing her options. There's a chance, though, she says she might leave after this school year, but I suspect with so much support, Michael, that may not happen.
All right, thank you so much, Deborah. She definitely needs some support. And for more perspective on this, Erica Suter, editor of Mom.me, is joining us right now. And Erica, this sounds like this teacher has the recipe for disaster right now. What can they do to turn this situation around?
Well, first, the parents have to get involved. I mean, you can't ignore it. It's not fair to the teacher, it's not fair to the other students, and it certainly doesn't do your child any favors. So parents just start looking at their relationship with the teacher as a partnership. They have to work together to give their kids the best educational experience possible and make sure they're doing the right thing.
So what can parents do? I mean, you said about have a relationship with the teacher, schedule conferences maybe, bring the kid in as well, have individual conferences with the teacher?
Exactly. You have to be involved. You have to ask questions to the kid, make sure they're doing everything that they should be doing, make sure that they know you are interested in their behavior at school and how they're doing at school. You also have to be proactive. When the teacher sends an email and says there's something wrong, schedule that conference and get involved and make sure you're working together. And lastly, your kid should know that there are consequences. You know, she described an instance where a parent, admonished her, was upset with her in front of the child. That tells that kid that, hey, I can get away with anything. You want to make sure your kid knows they cannot behave badly.
And do you think parents sometimes let the teachers shoulder too much responsibility for their children?
Yeah, look, we're overworked. Some of us are juggling multiple kids, multiple jobs. It's easy to say this is the teacher's responsibility. This is their job, those 8 hours during the day. But that is not how it works. We have to take a part in our kids' education as well.
Well, you're a parent 24/7.
You're a parent 24/7.
365, doesn't matter. That's right. Erica, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
So I'm going to go on to my final thoughts. I wanted to end with that video because, again, the teacher only has your child 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And you parents need to get more involved. And like I said, I understand in this day and time, it's hard because you got parents that are working 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. I totally understand and respect that. But now they do virtual conferencing where you could set up a time and you could do it virtually. You could do it over the phone. Set aside 15, 20, 30 minutes of your day. The moment that teacher notifies you that something is going on, you as a parent, you need to take responsibility for that. You need to jump into that and you need to say, you know what? I need to handle this. With the child. I need to handle this. Start working with the teachers. Stop working against. Because you really truly have teachers out here that really truly want to see your child win. That really push for the success of your child. And teachers like that are rare. Y'all parents, y'all take the good teachers for granted. Y'all love the ones that let your child do whatever it is they want to do. But you're disrespectful to the ones that, put a foot down when it comes to how they're supposed to act in class. Why? Like that lady just described, that's one of the reasons why a lot of teachers are quitting. It's the disrespect, not only from the child, but from the parents. You ought to be embarrassed and ashamed to act the way that you do in front of your children. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Your parents got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Your children depend on that. We owe our children that. And the less that you are involved, the more you continue to fail them. Like she said, you got to work with the teachers, a partnership to ensure your child is excelling, that your child is staying on track, to destine your child for success. That's what we have to start doing. That's what parents need to start doing. Start working with your teachers. Stop giving them pushback. Stop acting like an ass in front of your child if the teacher has told you your child has done something wrong. Instead of questioning and saying, what did the teacher do to your child? What did your child do to the teacher? What did you do? We got to get the village back. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get the village back. We got to bring the community back together. We got to get our children back. We got to take our babies back from the streets. Because that's where they're headed. And your parents don't even understand how you're setting your children up for failure. Do better. Do better. And I'm going to end right there. So anyway, again, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. So let's go on to the upcoming episodes for Black Girl Interrupted. So many of y'all know Thursday is the first and the start of Black History Month. Oh, I'm so excited, even though I celebrate being Black every day. But I'm excited to talk about some hidden figures that we don't generally hear about. We're going to be talking about Claudette Colvin, Alexa Kennedy, Henrietta Lacks, and so on and so forth. Like, I'm excited to talk about Black History Month. I'm excited to talk about some of those hidden figures, the ones that we don't always get to hear about all the time. But y'all don't forget, Black Girl Interrupted is live every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can follow Black Girl Interrupted. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, all under the same name. Um, you can always catch any of the previous episodes. If you want to see the live versions, you can always go to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to tell a friend, bring a friend, because we're gonna have I got a lot of great conversations, a lot of great topics that I'm bringing for 2024. Like I say, y'all don't understand. I'm in the bag for 2024. Like I say, Black Girl Interrupted is gonna take off. This is the year. I've lollygagged and I've played around, but 2024 is definitely the year for Black Girl Interrupted. Um, anyone that wants to be a guest, let me post the email down at the bottom of the screen. It is Black Girl Interrupted Podcast, all one word, at gmail.com. If you have a show topic, if you have an idea, something you want me to talk about, something you want me to bring to the table, send your girl an email. Let me know. Be like, hey, Ash, I want you to talk about this. This is what's going on in my state. This is what's going on in my city. I want you to talk about this. This is not really getting any traction. Send it to me, and I'll definitely bring that conversation to the forefront. I'm all for having those uncomfortable conversations. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do. I'm in to address a lot of things, a lot of conversations, a lot of topics that a lot of people kind of shy away from, but I'm not scared to shake the table. That's one thing about me. You'll learn. Anyone that's new, I appreciate your love. I appreciate your consistent support. But just know we getting into it in February for Black History Month. If it's somebody that I'm gonna talk about and you don't send me an email and say, hey Ash, can you throw this person in? We don't really hear about this person. Let me know. And I got you. Like I say, February 1st, which is Thursday, we're going into Black History Month. What does Black History Month mean to you? We're gonna talk about that. And on that note, I love you guys. Again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. I hope you guys have a great, productive rest of the week. I will see y'all Thursday again, same time, same place. Again, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Black Girl Interrupted Podcast. Again, YouTube. And I'm on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Amazon, Google, Apple Podcasts, baby. I'm everywhere. So don't forget to show your girl some love. Again, have a good night, and I'll see y'all Thursday.